This is your local music scene.
On Fredonia Radio.
This is the Local Lowdown. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of the Local Lowdown on WCVF 88.9 FM and WDVL 89.5, streaming worldwide at FredoniaRadio.com. I'm Aiden Liquor.
And I'm Lexi Reyngoudt.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We've got an awesome show. We've got the Stress Styles here in the studio tonight, or just Stress Styles. I edited shouldn't have done that. First, we're going to play some awesome music. We just had Rock in the Commons this past weekend, and it went amazing. Thank you for everybody who came out and helped out, all the volunteers and everybody who came out and also supported everything. Rock in the Commons was awesome. So anyway, we've got the latest and greatest from the local scene tonight. We've got songs from Super American, The Naturalists, the Pepperoni Boys, and then after our guest interview and performance, you'll be hearing some new music from Head North and some of our favorites from Mags, Deanna Quinn, Paul Sotnick, and Feverbox. So we've got lots of stuff coming up. But first, let's hear from a band who played Rock in the Commons this past weekend. This is going to be Rescue Dawn here with Seasons.
Watch me glow.
licking the bone. All my life been circling the sun. She's never coming back. She's never coming back. These are my condolences. These are good graces. I could use a vacation or two. 'Cause my God, life's short. Spin and you go. I'm waiting on you. I'm scheming as hell. I've got one bit. You see it all through. I tell you it's straight. I show you it's true. I send only good graces to ya. All is well. I'm tired of licking the bone. All my life been circling the sun. She's never coming back. She's never coming back. These are my condolences. These are good graces. I could use a vacation. Now the music goes. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. I'm in the golden state in a daze. In creeps the pine needle smell, dance across my face. I was always itching, always bitching, always watching television. Never really cared what I said. In a new town, foreign ground, finally had to turn around. Never really cared how it said. I was always itching, always bitching, always watching television. Never really cared what I said. In a new town, foreign ground, finally had to turn around. Never really cared, no, I never really cared, no. All my life's been circling the sun. She's never coming back. She's never coming back. Ooh, these are my condolences. It's only good graces. I could use a vacation. Now the music goes. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. All my life's been circling the sun. She's never coming back. She's never coming back. All my life's been circling the sun. She's never coming back. She's never coming back. My God, life's short. You spin, then you go. It's something you wear. It's something you grow.
Do you want to get your music played on the radio? Send your clean lyric recordings to Local Lowdown WCVF@gmail.com and hear them played live here on the Local Lowdown. Every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. on WCVF 88.9 FM and streaming worldwide at FredoniaRadio.com.
Wrote a book, a
All right, you just heard the latest hits from Super American, The Naturalists, and the Pepperoni Boys. Fredonia local and Fredonia Radio Systems member John. What's John's last name?
Marciniak.
John Marciniak. So that was his band that you just heard there. Pretty good. They'll be on the show in a few weeks. But now we've got the newest single from our guest tonight, which is Stress Styles here in the studio. This one is really good. I just listened to it for the first time today.
I'm not going to lie. I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm excited to hear it.
She did not do her homework. They're upset. All right, we're just going to play the song and hope that they don't get too angry about that. Here's Pills by Stress Styles.
I can't change what I am. It's in my binding. A knot that comes apart, always unwinding. A short and selfish path leads to dead ends. Beyond that green, I take my pills. They keep me safe. Well, you can save me from trying, but you can't save me from blame. For that I take my pills. Feel better with the lights on. They keep me safe. Look better with the lights on. Well, they can save me from dying, but they don't save me from shame. Oh. He takes his pills, claims they keep him sane, but they don't stop him from drinking and they don't carry his name. But with those pills, he's found his way, carved like the tree of a lover, missing out his numbered days.
right, that was Pills by Stress Styles here on the Local Lowdown. I love that song, and it was only my second time hearing it, and it's already one of my favorite
I'm
songs.
glad I actually got
of
to
all
hear it
time.
for the first time. It was really good. I really liked it.
Glad
All
to
right,
hear that,
so,
you guys.
We got Stress Styles in the studio. Guys, say what's up.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hello.
Now, this is 2 of the 4, correct? You guys are a 4-piece.
Yes.
Okay, which 2 do we have here?
I'm Chelsea. I'm the vocalist and the guitar player, rhythm guitar.
I am Brian, and I am the lead guitar player, I guess.
How exciting! And who are we missing here?
TJ Luckman, who plays bass, and Madison Rich does drums.
All right, cool. Well, I hope they are either listening or will listen later, or
I'm sure that they will.
show some concern about the band.
They definitely have concern about the band. They just couldn't make it tonight.
I'm concerned.
All right, so Stress Styles from Buffalo, New York, formerly known as Wolf.
Yes.
Why the name change? What happened?
There were a lot of bands, both locally and nationally, with the name Wolf. To name a few, Wolf Alice is a really big one that's on the radio a lot now. Wolf Mother. There's Wolf Tickets is a local band, and we had several people ask about, oh, I saw that there are tickets to see your show, and it was not our band, it was the band Wolf Tickets, literally. So once it got that confusing, and on top of that, there's a Chelsea Wolf, a solo artist who's an indie act. She's kind of getting popular. It just seemed like the right time to make a change. Plus, the members of the band had all changed over too. So,
Fresh start.
exactly.
All right, well, definitely good reason to change it. Now, where did the Stress Styles come from?
We had a really hard time picking a name we all liked. We were doing it while we were recording our EP, actually.
So most of the time recording was spent arguing about a new band name.
Exactly. And I just thought of, I guess, those little squeeze dolls that are stress dolls. I get stressed out a lot. Maybe that's where it came from. Yeah, Brian's shaking his head like, yeah, you do. So, yeah, it's not a very exciting story. Do you have anything to add?
I mean, I like the new name.
No.
It's different. It's different. I like it
Yeah.
a lot.
I think
Yeah, there's definitely a few ones that Chelsea was very adamant about.
That were really bad, and we won't talk about
That
them.
in hindsight, I'm glad we all ended up where we did. So I think we're pretty happy with the outcome.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely think Stress Styles is an awesome name, and as far as being unique, it you guys come up pretty easily when you put it in the search bars of like social media and stuff, which is good because with Wolf it probably wasn't the same.
No,
outcome.
not at all.
Right.
Not remotely.
So I'm gonna say good move. Definitely good decision. Now with the name change, has the music changed with it?
The music, I suppose, is a little more of a rock sound than before, at least with the EP that we just recorded. It's a little bit heavier than some of the Wolf stuff was, but it's not too radical of a change. It's still in the same vein.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because this has been Chelsea's project, kind of solo project, which kind of morphed into this band. So I feel like this is more of the full band form, more so than Chelsea's like solo project. So I feel like it has gotten heavier than something you would have done before, since you couldn't really play those by yourself.
No, very true.
Yeah.
No, and the contributions that all the guys put into the songs have made it now more fully fledged in what it is. It does feel more like a band now than, say, it did before with Wolf, because Wolf, as he was saying, started out with just me and a guitar and then sort of morphed into a band, but this sort of feels not like we're starting off as an actual 4-piece band.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So is Pills the only thing you guys have out right now?
Right now, yes, but we're going to have another song out very soon, and then hopefully the entire EP is going to be out probably in early November. We're working on getting that all pulled together at the moment.
Where'd you guys do the studio work for this?
You want to talk about that?
I guess. GCR Studios, near downtown Buffalo, which I guess that's kind of the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, it's Robbie
Right.
Takeack's
Robbie's studio, right.
studio. And we worked with Justin Rose.
That's why it sounds amazing.
Yeah, and he's awesome. Really talented guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really happy with the outcome.
It does sound very good. I was just saying in here when it was playing, like the part towards the end where it kind of gets quieter and then it comes back in. That those guitar tones are very hard to get, and they sound awesome, and it sounds super professional, very very well mixed, and very impressive.
And we owe it to Justin.
Justin Rose, shout out to you at GCR Studios. Okay, so we heard the single. It sounds amazing. Definitely hearing like 90s alternative influence on you guys. I want to know what specific artists are influencing your sound.
I knew this question was coming.
I mean, come on.
I'm always terrible with this question. Me personally, I'm influenced by, you're right, like the 90s alternative stuff. I love Jimmy Eat World, but I also love The Replacements. And
Okay.
I guess they were more 80s and early 90s. They started punkier. They progressively became more of a songwriter type. It was more Paul Westerberg's kind of vanity project at the end of the day, but I love their music. But Brian comes from a little bit of a different background.
Yeah, we don't have particularly too much music in common.
That makes for the best bands.
Yeah,
in my
like
opinion.
Definitely.
I think the Replacements are definitely a common point for both of us. But then, like, I mean, for me personally, I can't stand things like Jimmy Eat World and that kind of
Yep.
stuff. But I came from more of a. I listened to a lot of No Effects and Bad Religion growing up.
Okay,
and
so
then,
the early punk stuff.
yeah, and then like now I can say more into like, I don't know, more indie like My Morning Jacket and Wilco, kind of alt country. So this is just interesting to kind of, because Chelsea writes the songs and then just from that try to write to it. So it's kind of a interesting project for me.
Yeah, and
Well-
it's funny too because we all have sort of varying musical tastes. TJ, for example, he likes a lot of the stuff that I like as well with the, some of the popular stuff, but then TJ also likes ska, which none of us are really into ska music. And then Madison
I wish
into-
TJ was here because I'm
Yeah.
always alone in my group of people.
Hey,
when
I
it
started to
comes
like ska now. So
Yeah,
you're not
TJ.
alone.
There's some of them are growing.
He loves the ska. And Madison's more kind of into blues and some jam bands. And
Yeah,
he's
kind of classic rock.
yeah, and classic rock and stuff. So it's interesting when you get all those different influences together.
It, like I said, at least from our experience here on the local lowdown, when we ask everybody what artists influenced them, it's always
It's always
a variety
different.
of stuff, and then that's how you get this unique sound that everybody has. And it definitely works, and it definitely shows. And I'm excited to hear the rest of the EP. Now, let's get along to these live performances here. What is this first song you guys are going to play for us?
Well, we were trying to decide songs, and since you were saying before, we changed from Wolf to Stress Styles. We did keep a couple songs from the Wolf era, so I guess to introduce ourselves, we'll play Alaska. That's one of the songs we did as Wolf.
All
One
right,
song's
here's
from
Alaska here on the local lowdown.
All right, ready? The bottle almost empty. It went straight to her head. She cradled you in envy. You wished for her instead. Was it her eyes that night dancing in your mirror? Was it her lips that lied before they locked on yours? Maybe you weren't meant to know. Lately in my sleepless nights, I'm waiting on a sign. But when it comes, it never stays. And lately I've been searching for my peace of mind. I'll spend my time looking for Alaska. To be continued, uttered in the dark. She held your heart in fire and you live for that burn. Was it her curve that moved you to be a better man? Was it her words that taught you to never understand? And lately in my sleepless nights, I'm waiting on a sign. but when it comes, it never stays. And lately I've been searching for my peace of mind. I'll spend my time looking for Alaska.
Stress Styles here on the local lowdown with the song Alaska. That was amazing. Some might say bone chilling.
I thought it was
Whoa, thank you.
It was so good.
Oh, super, super good. I loved that whole thing. Like
Thanks,
the
guys.
Thank
melodies
you.
were fantastic. The lead parts in the back were great. Like the fact that it was only two of you was very impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kind words.
Okay, so Stress Styles, you guys played the main stage of Music is Art.
Yes.
How did that happen?
That happened really last minute, to be completely honest with you. We didn't think we were going to get in. Our application was late, and they get so many applicants that I understood. But at the end of the day, they then had people canceling, and so they were going back among the other people who had applied and asking. So we were lucky enough to get selected and asked to do it, and they asked us to play on the main stage. So that's how that happened, and we were happy to do it. It was a cool experience.
And then we had to play early too, because then somebody canceled.
Yeah,
while
and
we
then
were
someone else
there.
canceled, and then we got pushed back or pushed forward rather. So that was interesting.
Damn, that's pretty awesome. What was that experience like? You know what I mean? How'd it go?
It was cool, and that whole festival in general, we're making it sound like so many people were canceling. There were a lot of bands that played that day, and it's a great festival. It really highlights not only the local music community, but also the local artist community with painters and dancers and even poets. So it was cool to be there, and the energy was good in the crowd. And as soon as we started, though, the rain started
yeah.
for a
Yeah,
hot
I was
second.
just about to say, didn't it like get canceled at the end?
It downpoured later in the day. We were lucky enough where it was like the first chord of our first song, the rain started pouring, and we were all like, "Are
Just started
you
pouring,
serious right now?" But then it
Everyone
stopped.
started leaving. and-
Yeah,
that
people
actually-
started leaving, but
I
then
think
it
that
stopped.
happened
Probably
during
'cause of
Kill the
music.
Clock set too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bummer when it gets rained out. But actually, like I said, the sun came back out, and there was still a lot of good music that day. And I think the festival stayed strong till about 7 p.m. maybe, and that's when it really
They
Yeah.
finally
got
called
hard.
it.
That's when
Yeah.
it got really bad.
All right. Well, luckily for you guys got to play that awesome show on the main stage of Music is Art. That's not something a lot of local bands get to say. So, what are the plans for the future? We know EP's coming out. Anything else in the works?
Yeah.
Shows right
Lots
now.
of
It's just
shows.
playing out right now.
Yeah, we have, I think, a show every week until the beginning of December.
Wow,
At
that's
least a
pretty
show
awesome.
Every week. Yeah, so.
Is it all over the Western New York area, or are you guys traveling out further anywhere?
Yeah, for the moment, we're just sort of around New York State. We're hoping to get out to Pennsylvania. We're not sure if that's going to work out now before the end of the year, but hopefully in the new year, we start hitting the bigger cities. I mean, we're hoping for
Yeah,
Chicago,
like to hit up Chicago.
New York.
Just get out there more.
yeah.
Hopefully a tour in the future sometime. But I mean, that's.
It
Yeah.
sounds like you're pretty close.
Yeah.
So you might as well just call it a tour.
We
No
really
one's
want
gonna
to
say
do
you're
it.
wrong.
That's what we're working for, I think, ultimately. But there's no solid plans.
What's
just yet.
what's the goal for the EP release? Like any time you're aiming to get it out?
Well, we do have a cool show November 4th. We're opening up for the band The Shonen Knife.
Okay.
They were a band. They're a band from Japan. They actually opened up for Nirvana back in the day.
Oh,
I feel like I knew
Um,
that. I feel like that's the only thing I knew about that.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They're a good band. You should listen to them.
Yeah, they're very good, and we got the chance to open for them at Mohawk Place. So we're hoping to have the physical EP by then, just so we can, have it to give it to people. We're not going to have a CD release or anything official, but we'll definitely
just
have.
be super cool about it.
product.
And be like, no, man, yeah, it's out, whatever.
This has just been here the whole time. You know,
didn't even
so
know.
blasé.
Like pull Beyonce and just drop it out of nowhere.
Yeah, do a visual album.
I usually compare us to Beyonce, so I
Right,
think,
yeah, I would say the same. I could totally see that. You know what I mean? Like earlier in the interview when I was like, "What are musical influences?" I was totally waiting for somebody to just be like, "Well, I mean, the Queen Bee, obviously."
She is pretty
I
awesome.
thought it was
not
so
gonna
obvious.
lie. I saw her performance. I flicked on what was it? The MTV Awards, the VMAs. Yeah, did not watch the whole thing, but I flicked it on right in time when Beyonce was going on. I watched her whole performance. I'm not gonna lie to you, she killed that performance.
Oh my God, I
course she
watched it
does.
the other day and I
You
was
know,
like, she's so perfect.
it was pretty great, and I'm not really a big fan of her music per se, but I think her as a person, she was pretty impressive. So, yeah.
All right, well, you heard it here first. Chelsea loves Beyonce. Something unique, because not a lot of people love Beyonce. Just kidding. All right, what's this next song you guys got coming up for us?
You're so dry, Aiden. I love it.
Yeah, I got to work on that. 'Cause I feel like through radio it doesn't come across
That's
correctly.
okay. We got you here. What do you want to do next? You want to do football?
Sure.
Is that cool? Okay. The song, we were talking about the replacements before, and this one mentions the replacements. It's called a faux pas.
Faux pas. All right, here on the local lowdown, here's Stressed Styles. Check it out.
Got your cable.
All right.
Ready? 2, 3, 4. He was beautiful and all that I could see. And wouldn't you know it, that boy was talking to me. He was bubblegum pop that summer when it was cool. He was a needle drop, the crack, the scratch, the boom. And it's still in my head how we held each other then. In my living room, singing the replacements. He was big blue eyes and a great big bottle of red. Even without the wine, that touch still had me damned. A nervous flow from fingers flushed to cheeks. And I couldn't believe this boy was beside of me. And it's still in my head how we held each other then. In my living room, singing the replacements. All right. He is autumn in rain, those leaves like fallen kites. What is falling down can still pick up and fight. And no matter what, we can count on seasons change. In the overturn, yeah, I'll still see your face, smiling warm in my head. How we held each other then. In my living room, singing the replacements.
Stressed Styles here on the local lowdown. That song was Faux pas? Was that what
Faux pas. It's
Faux
like
pas?
a play on faux pas, but it's Paul Westerberg is Paul, so faux pas.
So
like that.
creative.
It goes deep.
It's real deep, you guys.
You write all the lyrics, right, Chelsea?
I do.
All right. Well, so far, very impressed. 3 for 3.
Thanks, Aiden.
Hey, you're welcome.
Is that a real comment, though?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like the songs, Chelsea.
Yeah, they're the best. All right.
We're leaving right now.
No, you still got one more song. All right. So before we get to this last song with the Stress Dolls, where can people find your music?
Our official website is stressdollsmusic.com. If you'd like to go on our Facebook, it's Stress Dolls Music. I think the Twitter is Stress Dolls Band, and Instagram's just Stress Dolls. But basically, if you just search Stress Dolls Music, you're going to find it. Did you have something to add, Brian?
Check out our MySpace.
We don't have
That's
a
like
MySpace.
the third band that said that on this show.
We should just
I
get a
knew it.
MySpace just to do it.
It's still there.
Yep.
It is still there. I think it's
It is
now
still there.
just a music website too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We
They went
talked
back
about
to their
this.
roots.
Yep. This is somehow brought up on every show. And also, Stress Dolls, you are playing Fredonia
We are.
this Saturday night at EBC West.
Yes.
With some sort of other
That person,
Yeah,
me.
some other me person.
Yeah, I
That one
don't- I don't
weird
know.
singer guy.
Yeah. I've heard he's pretty good though.
He's all right. And also, just to inform our listeners, Chelsea O from Stress Dolls started this show, the local lowdown. How many? Do you know how many years ago?
I think nearly 4 years ago now.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. And
really weird.
Look how downhill it's gone.
No, you guys have done a great job, and Lexi, who had it before you, I mean, her and Meg really like made it their own thing. So I only had it for a semester, the spring semester, my senior year. So really, it was Lexi that
Did
kind
you
of.
expect it to keep on going?
I hoped it would, just because when I made it, I really just wanted to bring local music onto the airwaves here, because we had a local music section in the programming, but it hadn't been updated for at least 5 years.
Yeah, it still hasn't been updated.
But you should start updating it, because I just knew from being a musician here at Fredonia, and there's so many musicians, not only at the music school, but outside of it, that it just was kind of a disservice, I thought, to not be showcasing that on a weekly basis.
Right.
So.
And same with Buffalo bands. I mean, Fredonia is like just like a hidden oasis for the local scene of Buffalo.
Yeah, for sure.
And you were the music director as well, right?
I was the program director. of
Program director of
CBF.
CBF. Okay.
I was gonna say I didn't see her on the office wall in my office.
You have an office wall.
That's like every music director writes their name and their year.
Yeah, no, I was. I think the music director was Caitlin Skellett when I was PD.
Was that on your wall?
It probably is. I don't know. I haven't looked.
Now we know.
Go
Okay.
back and check, Lexi.
I'm gonna.
All
I'll do it
right.
right after this.
Stress Dolls here on the local lowdown, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. What is this last song you guys are going to play for us?
Thank you for having us. And this is one that's going to be on the EP. It's called Curves and Edges.
Curves and Edges here on the local lowdown. Check it out.
She's a shot in the dark, and the ache in your back. She's a bull in the yard, and you're wearing all red. She's a wisp in the wind, a fragment carried away. A willow swaying in time with the breeze before it gets blown out the bay. So string me up a song, and I'll be your rental, positioned to join in a dance that doesn't leave life much chance to fall. Got no curves, just edges, in case you didn't notice. The burn and the starve is the worst. It's a flame that burrows hot in her eyes. Punch in the gut is a kick. It's a bully laughter that you despise. So lay it on thick and show me that punctured lip. It's a push and a pull to the top. top, whether you like it or not. You've been. I got no curves, just edges. In case you didn't notice, I've got no definition. And all that I know is I've got no curves, just edges. And the sorry truth is if you're young, then you're pitied. If you're old, you're ignored. You don't want it, but you got it, and that's the last score. If you're young, then you're pitied. If you're old, you're ignored. You don't want it, but you got it, and that's the last score. I got no curves, just edges. In case you didn't notice, I've got no definition. And all that I know is I've got no curves, just edges. And the sorry truth is you don't want it, but you got it. So guess what? You gotta want it, but you got it. So guess what? You gotta want it, but you got it. So guess what? You gotta deal with it.
The Local Lowdown with Aiden Liquor and Lexi Reyngoudt on Fredonia Radio Systems.